The Open Championship returns to Royal Birkdale in 2017, with the Southport Lynx set to host golf's oldest major for the 10th time. Over the years, some of the game's greatest moments have been played out on this spectacular course. So here's a countdown of our 10 favourites. In 2010, the Women's British Open was decided on the 72nd hole. When Australia's Catherine Hull missed this birdie putt, Taiwan's Yani Tseng had the chance to win the title. She holed this 6-foot putt to claim the title. She became the youngest woman in the modern era to win 3 major championships. In 1991, few would have predicted that Baker-Finch would be leading the Open Championship on the final day, but the crowds would witness a new winner of the Claret Jug at Royal Birkdale. A third round 64 was followed by a final round of 66. The Australian pulled off one of the more surprising Open Championship wins of the last 25 years and had his family there to celebrate. In 1976, a 19-year-old by the name of Seve Ballesteros burst onto the scene with a stunning performance at the Open Championship. The Spaniard went into the final round with a 2-shot lead, and he eventually finished tied second behind America's Johnny Miller. It was a tantalising glimpse of the magic to come. The last of Tom Watson's 5 Open Championships came at Royal Birkdale in 1983. You don't see frantic running fans like that these days. Defending the title he'd won the previous year at Royal Troon, Watson 2-putted the final hole to retain the Claret Jug in what proved to be the last of his 8 major titles. Australia's Peter Thompson loved playing the Open Championship. He won 5 Claret Jugs during his career. The last of those coming at Birkdale in 1965, where he looked very relieved to beat the field by 2 shots. In 1971, Royal Birkdale was selected to host the 100th edition of golf's oldest major. Leading the way was Lee Trevino, who in previous weeks had won the US Open for a 2nd time and the Canadian Open, and was looking to complete a hat-trick of victories. After Taiwan's Liang Huan Lu held his nerve to birdie the last and level the scores, Trevino needed to convert this short putt for victory. He did just that to secure his first Claret Jug. He would go on to retain it the following year at Muirfield too. At 4, it's Padraig Harrington, who in the 2008 Open Championship hit this superb 5-wood into the 17th green to within 6 feet of the hole. It would prove to be the defining moment of that year's tournament. Harrington, 2 shots ahead of Ian Poulter, holed his eagle putt to extend his lead to 4 and become the first European since 1906 to retain the Claret Jug. Back to the women's game now, and English fans might expect to see the 1986 victory by Laura Davis in the Women's British Open. But instead we've gone for this magical moment from Mo Martin in 2014. World number 99 Martin, who at this point had never won on tour, hit a brilliant 3-wood into the 18th, which hit the flag to leave her a 6-footer for eagle. She rolled it in for a surprise victory. It is her career high to date. Royal Birkdale has hosted the Ryder Cup twice, in 1965 and then, more famously, in 1969. With both teams tied, the singles match between Tony Jacklin and Jack Nicklaus was the decider. In one of the most famous gestures of sportsmanship of all time, Nicklaus conceded a missable 3-foot putt to Jacklin to avoid their tremendous battle ending in defeat. It would become known as the concession and a significant moment in golf history. Our number one moment comes from 1961, when Arnold Palmer's victory at the Open Championship had a significant impact on the game of the modern day. Palmer, who had missed out the previous year by 1 stroke, came back to play at Birkdale and brought with him an international audience. He would win here by a single stroke and is largely credited with revitalising the championship and initiating the establishment of the Open as a major to the American golfers. One of the most popular players of that and any era, Palmer in 1961 is our number one moment at Royal Birkdale.